Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Rob's Ride. This is Rob, keeping it 100 with all things amusement. And if you're watching this, yeah, my budget's real too. I decided to do a story time because everybody loves to get all up in other people's business. Let's spill some personal experiences. I'm going to talk about when I went to Kings Island on a school field trip in 8th grade. This was really a really silly day. So this is 8th grade, so this is a time that I was very awkward and cringe was all I knew. Plus I was broke as shit. I'm spilling my age right now, but this is the time of the recession, or what I like to call the re-struggle. Spilling my age right now because I'm old. So we rode the bus from my middle school to Kings Island. I hated every moment of it. I just hate the bus. That's a thing. I hate the bus. It's bumpy, it's noisy, there's people on it. The bus drivers stay yelling at the wrong people. It took about 15 to 20 minutes to get there because I lived in ratchet ass Cincinnati. Yes, I'm from the ghetto. I bees in the trap. You heard of sugar babies? I'm a hooder baby. Instead of the caramel, it's chocolate because I'm black. Please don't repeat that. This was spring 2009, so Diamondback first debuted. I was just ecstatic, like I just rubbed my feet on carpet and touched somebody. So we entered the park, well, in my original group, it was like 15, 16 people. We started with the racer because we're some little punks. The racer was fun, as always. I mean, it's not the tallest, not the fastest, but it does offer some nice airtime. And it does make you feel like you're in a Ford truck commercial and you're driving a truck on some wildlife terrain that the average person wouldn't even think to go to, let alone even find a way to get there. Next, I'm trying to remember, but my long-term memory is just not trying to retrieve anything. Just lodge this shit so far back. So I'm just like, let me forget all of this. I think that's when we went to Diamondback because we were like, okay, let's stop with the foolishness and let's go to this ride. And that's where the group split up because there's a lot of punks in the group. And then I was stuck with a bunch of popular kids, which is a very unusual situation. Let's just say that was an awkward hour-and-a-half line. No, that's right. It wasn't because there's like a bunch of popular people already in the line, and I went with somebody else who was in the original group who was popular, and I really wanted to ride the ride. So we ended up cutting. We line jumped the fuck out of that line. We were in there for like 30 minutes. I remember now. Didn't get caught, thank God. If I was in line behind us, I would have blamed all of them bastards. That's what they get for fitting so well with society's norms. So I rode Diamondback. It was so fun, and I rode next to somebody I've talked to probably twice in my whole life. And this is especially because this was a period where they kept closing and opening Son of Beast because of this and that and accidents and whatnot. So we're losing a really huge coaster in the park. And so we were kind of lacking. Then right after the ride, I got kicked out of the group. Just disposed of me like a Wendy's wrapper. Just, get your ass over there, nerd, dweeb. Dweeb is the most ugliest word ever. And I ended up with this unpopular guy who had been waiting for me to get off the ride. So this unpopular person, let's name him George. Shit! You're not supposed to name the actual name. I'll name him Georgie. I am not good at this. Either way, fuck George. I was humoring him as we rode all of these little kids rides. Runaway Reptar, Wild Thornberries, Log Flume Adventure thingy, River Adventure, whatever it's called. I think it was called Fairly Odd Coaster at that point. This dude was too scared to ride Avatar. Surf Dog? But when I rode with him on those little helicopters over Kittyland, I think at the time they called it Lazy Town Sportcopters or some Sporticopters. Shit, do you remember Lazy Town? I always thought that girl was gonna grow up to be Gwen Stefani. But anyway, I had an epiphany. As I was sitting in this little ass helicopter with this 13-year-old child, I was just thinking in my head, I'd rather have my ass eaten by a werewolf. Rougarou meet rectum. I didn't come to Kings Island to contort my 5'7" body into that little Bill giggle coaster. My mother did not bring me to Kings Island with exactly $10.13 to ride Blue Skidoo. No, we cannot too. So at this point, we were like going to Rivertown to get some pizza at the La Rosa. He was debating, oh, do I want 2 slices or 1? And I was debating, how am I going to leave this situation? So as soon as we had a seat, I ditched his ass. See, I think this was the beginning stages of my assholedom. Not asshole dome, that's a completely different thing. But now thinking about it, I really do feel so bad for doing that. So after I ditched that fat fuck, I literally spanned the entire park trying to find anybody I knew. Miraculously, I found a whole group next to Delirium. I just pretended I was there the entire time. Oh, when did you get here? What? Then the group split into 4 people somehow, and we ended up going to Vortex. So yes, I'm panting out of breath because I went all the way from basically the Beast to Delirium by way of Coney Mall just to walk all the way back to the Vortex. I'm just like trying to keep it cool. They're asking me, are you okay? Yeah. So then we went to eat, and somehow I met up with some other people. I guess they were already sitting there eating, so we just met them there. After eating as a group of 6, we went to go to the Scooby-Doo ride. This was before it got even worse. Boo Blasters on Boo Hill. I miss Phantom Theater. But yeah, we did the little shooting ride and they beat the shit out of me. Then we split up again because one of the people in the group wanted to ride Diamondback and he didn't ride it yet. And the other people in the group, they're like, no, we about to ride the Italian Job. No, we ain't about to do that, no. Backlot stunt coaster. So I ended up being with one person again. How does this keep happening? It was okay though. I ended up with somebody who would become one of my best friends in high school. He's dead to me now though. I'm just kidding. Sorta. So we rode that and a lot of stuff that I couldn't get people to ride on with. Like we even rode Son of Beast. It was randomly open that day, and that was actually the last time I rode it before they closed it for the indefinitely, which was permanently. Sooner or later, it was time to go, and I had to board that weak-ass bus again. And you know what I did when I saw George? You know what I did? Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. Hit that thumbs up. Please comment about your experiences, your school trips at amusement park. These should be fun. Please share. If you thought it was Theme Park Universal, hit subscribe and I'll come back with a new video. You tell me.